the director of public safety tells us that there are no injuries and that everyone was able to make it out safely. I just got done talking with Sheriff Borkovich, who told me they believe this was a homicide. Kristen, we learned just moments ago that TCAP Superintendent Ann Cardin has resigned. About 150 people will lace up their skis this weekend to learn from cross-country ski professionals and sharpen their skills. It was a chocolate lover's dream all in one room on Sunday afternoon at the Traverse City Chocolate Festival. The sheriff won't say exactly where the vehicle was found, but he says it was located in another northern Michigan county. Smoke has been coming out of this house on 2nd Street for the last hour. It's been so heavy that at times I haven't been able to see the firefighters or the house. Mark, you can see in the background behind me that there are already dozens of kids and families here enjoying the 55th Alpenfest on its first night. Mark, Sheriff Borkovich says crime scene investigators found a lot of trauma on the woman's body, leading them to believe foul play was involved. They're hoping an autopsy tomorrow will give them more information about what exactly happened.
It's heartbreaking. There's families involved, not only for the individuals who lost a life, but there's families involved, there's community involved, and this sort of thing isn't common up here.
It was here that Sheriff Borkovich says midday Wednesday a gruesome discovery was made. He says people driving down Casson Center Road noticed drag marks in the fresh snow by the side of the road. They stopped and made a shocking discovery.
They got out of their vehicle, followed the tracks in the snow, thinking they were going to come upon a deer carcass or something like that, and basically realized in short order that what had happened was there was a body. The body was dumped over the side of a hill.
The Leelanau County Sheriff's Office, along with the Michigan State Police Crime Lab from Grayling and a coroner, spent hours investigating a potential crime scene. The snowy and windy conditions were a mixed blessing, hard to work in, but not without a few benefits.
Snow presents a challenge, but it also presents evidence. It leaves marks, and you can see where things are at.
Crime lab technicians process the scene, taking photographs and collecting potential sources of DNA, hoping that something found here can help provide some answers. In the meantime, Sheriff Borkovich is asking everyone to be cautious.
We do believe foul play is suspected, and we do believe that it's a homicide, and we're cautioning people in this area and region to just pay attention to your surroundings.
We also asked the sheriff if he thought this might be the missing Adrian Quintal. He said he won't speculate, and they're still working to identify the body. They hope to know who the woman is by tomorrow. There will be an autopsy on the woman's body in Kalamazoo tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Reporting live in the newsroom, Rachael Schuit, 7 and 4 News. Kristen, I'm standing along M72 right now, and this was one of the roadways affected by the slick roads last night. Part of it was closed between M72, or between Grandview Parkway and Gray Road, because of a semi-truck accident. Grand Traverse County Central Dispatch tells me they don't usually have a night as busy as last night in the winter until January or February. This was just one of dozens of traffic crashes in Grand Traverse County Thursday night. The man who recorded this video says this happened to him near Chum's Corner. The Grand Traverse County Road Commission said its truck spent Thursday putting sand and salt on county roads, but the rate of snowfall after 4 p.m. during rush hour made things challenging.
With the traffic hitting it, it was melting and refreezing every time the cars would move over the top of it. And between that and the hills and people trying to drive, going up and down and losing traction, they were helping to effectively polish the ice, even making it more slippery.
The traffic volume during the late afternoon and early evening snowfall also made getting to the rough spots harder for salt, sand, and plow trucks.
When you get on our major roads that are 4 and 5 lanes wide, we would have to block off the entire road and run 2 trucks down it at least, and then nobody would be getting around us.
Kluczynski said they also needed some plow truck drivers to work early Thursday because of snowfall from Wednesday night, and limits on how long a driver can work make it harder to get extra staffing at night.
We ended up having to call in more people as the evening went on, but we had already been working our 12-hour maximum, so we couldn't get a full crew in for the evening because they were in all day and they had been in driving for 12 hours. And
it wasn't just the road commission with a busy Thursday night. Grand Traverse Central Dispatch says they called in an extra dispatcher and had about double the call volume they normally have.
There's only so many resources on the roadway, so people get into these incidents and they're on the side of the road, and it may not be the safest situation, but they have to be patient and they have to wait, and officers go from one incident to the next.
Central Dispatch also says that people need to go slower and give themselves extra time when there are snowfalls like what happened on Thursday night. Reporting live in Leelanau County, Rachael Schuit, 7 and 4 News. Kristen, on Sunday afternoon, deputies from the Crawford County Sheriff's Office got to be part of the miracle of life when they helped a woman who was stranded on the side of the road deliver her son. These are baby Jackson's first few moments in the world. It isn't your typical situation on the side of M72 in Crawford County.
I came out of the car and we ran around the side, and the father was there on the passenger side of the car, and then he was down there, the baby's coming.
And it wasn't a typical situation for Sergeant Ryan Finstrom.
Started crying, and we just took him out the rest of the way.
Within seconds of deputies getting there, baby Jackson was born.
Another deputy came up, and we tied off the umbilical cord and let the father cut the umbilical cord there in the car.
Baby Jackson's parents were on the way to the hospital when their car overheated, leaving them stranded on the side of the road, calling 911 for help.
She's having a baby on the side of the road. I don't think it gets much more intense than that.
On their way, Sergeant Finstrom and other deputies reviewed what they learned in training.
The babies are slippery. You got to worry about this. We got to make sure the mother's okay. And so that was a lot of our pregame. So we put our rubber gloves on.
Not long after Jackson came into the world, the ambulance arrived and took both baby and mom to Grayling Munson Hospital, leaving Sergeant Finstrom and the other deputies with a moment they will never forget.
Our guys, we got together and we told each other good job, because we worked at this together. It was a team, and it was pretty emotional for all of us being a part of a life coming into this world on the side of M72.
Sergeant Finstrom also told me that he's now carrying an extra set of scissors just in case he ever has to cut another umbilical cord. Reporting live in the studio, Rachael Schuit, 7 and 4 News.